gears in the game, your weapons switch to the fire ones, and now they're affecting what's in the area and everything like that. And it looks really cool. It looks like a lot of fun. Now, that was part of the innovation. Now, Xbox for the longest time was like, had been announcing over the course of the last couple of months about crossplay, which everybody was excited about. Because at the end of the day, whether you're an Xbox, whether you're a Nintendo, whether you're a PlayStation, the one thing we could all agree on is we love video games.
Absolutely.
And the only thing that ever separates us, and it's happened to us and friends. You've got friends like Santiago. What made you get a PlayStation? Because he was like, well, what do you have? I want to play this game with you. Well, I have an Xbox. Well, I have a PlayStation. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
My friend Gary, same thing. I have an Xbox. I use PlayStation. We can't cross-play it or whatever because we don't have that aspect. So, it's all about cross-play.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo is on board with Xbox. They're like, yes, let's do this. Let's bring gamers back together.
As is PC.
As is PC. PC is on board for it too. They're like, yeah, let's do this. Gamers together. It's like it's a win-win-win. And then Sony. No. We're not interested.
Mm-hmm.
But their reasoning at first was kind of good up until Nintendo stepped up.
Yeah.
Care to take this over?
Basically, Sony's reasoning for not wanting to go cross-platform play when it comes to the MMOs is that, they're thinking about the safety of the children and the kind of people that they might encounter when it comes to cross-platform play. Which, okay, I can understand that. But Nintendo rebutted with the fact that, okay, if there is any company that is more concerned about who children are playing against, it is us at Nintendo.
Seriously.
And if we feel that that is safe for these children to do because we very carefully monitor anybody on our platform during MMO play or online double co-op, etc., then there's absolutely no reason to have a worry. Which I agreed with when it came to Nintendo. The big debate that I've been reading, and I actually did chime in on with our friend Nick Wolf, was that people are stating, well, why does Sony have to chime in and be part of this cross-platform thing? They're winning anyway. Xbox is only doing this because they're losing. But honestly, Sony has nothing to lose.
And everything
to gain by doing this. Because, for example, we're a multi-platform house, okay?
Oh,
Now, a lot of our friends are on PlayStation. We are on an Xbox. So if cross-platform opened up, would we be able to play with them? Would we be able to play against our friends? Yes. Yes, we will. But, I mean, say, for example, put it this way. We don't buy everything for the Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, you've been favoring buying games on the PS4. True or false?
Certain games, yes.
Yes. Okay, now, say you wanted to get Destiny 2.
Right.
Okay? And Gary was like, well, I'm buying it for the Xbox, and you were dead set on getting it for the PlayStation. Okay?
Yeah.
Without Sony being on board, you would have to be forced to get it for the Xbox.
So that way
which gives Xbox sales.
Right.
And that loses on Sony's sales. If Sony opened it up, you could still get it on the Sony, and you could still cross-platform. Sony isn't going to be losing money on this deal at all. They technically would be gaining money because, if they're saying no, they're basically telling gamers, well, if you want to play this game with your friends on Xbox, go get it on the fucking Xbox then.
Yes, they were very, very snobbish in a sense this season.
Yes. Now, again, Sony got nothing to lose. They do have better exclusive game titles to their console. Their interface is much better than Sony's interface. Their load time is better. Their friggin' data holds much more games without an external hard drive. Let's be real here. The PlayStation is definitely better. So what do you have to lose? Because in you saying, no, we're not going to do it, that is you losing money.
Yeah.
Because now everyone's going to say, oh, well, fuck that. I'm just going to go get Injustice 2 for the Xbox and play with my friends there since me having it on the PS4 is worthless.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. Pressing forward, now, back to the games. The rough stuff is over. One of the big surprises that Sony did put out, though, that nobody saw coming, Until Dawn 2.
Well,
Sorta.
they say it's a tie-in, but they never actually said it was.
They didn't say how it was.
Yes.
I think it's more so just in gameplay and story style. I think it's just a separate story.
Yeah.
Almost like a franchise. I think it's tied in via the sense of a franchise and gameplay.
Yeah.
This time you're playing a cop / detective and everything like that, trying to solve like a murder type crime or anything like that.
Yes.
But of course, it's obviously
you're solving a serial killer thing.
You're solving a serial killer thing, so obviously it's still going to be very gruesome and everything.
Yes.
Hopefully, there's no Wendigo twist at the end.
Oh yeah.
That was where it fucking lost me. Like, I loved the first Until Dawn. I did. But then when they threw the Wendigos in, I was like,
Yep.
fuck.
You couldn't have just kept it a straight horror.
Aliens. It's like...
Yeah, they couldn't have just kept it a straight horror game.
Yeah, they could have stuck with a slasher and I would probably been happier. But, no, Until Dawn 2 was a nice surprise.
Yes.
Looks beautiful.
Yes.
Because the one thing about the Until Dawn game is despite the trailer that we saw, we know that's what the game looks like.
Yes.
Because that's what the other game looks like. We know what we're seeing is the game.
Yeah, the engine that they have it running on and the developers. Beautiful. Oh my god.
It's beautiful.
It is.
It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm very, very... That was a nice surprise. For you old school fans, though, we were also privy to Sonic Forces.
Yeah.
Sonic, again, it's beautiful. It's going back to its roots and everything like that. So kudos to that. Presentation-wise, even though they didn't have a conference, just in terms of announcements, I do feel Nintendo won E3. Just because of stuff they announced. Of course, we were privy to a bunch of Mario. There's Mario Odyssey.
Yes.
Because they announced it last year, and I believe it's coming out by about Christmas or something like that. They announced everything was Switch. Everything was for the Switch.
Yes, everything was for the Switch. The Switch is actually quite popular.
It's very popular.
Yes. No one thought it was going to do
as well as
it has done.
It's apparently done big numbers.
Yeah, I know. And it's funny because they didn't actually make as many as needed.
Which was, I honestly, I think we had first mentioned it too after it was smart.
Yeah.
We said when it was coming out, it was actually smart. Test run it first. See how well it's going.
Yeah.
Let the bugs of the system itself get worked out and everything like that on a small scale, while simultaneously seeing how the popularity is going to do on it.
Yeah.
And the Switch has turned out to be a huge success for Nintendo, which they haven't had this much of a success in a long time.
Yeah.
And everything like that. So this was huge.
Yeah.
Now, of course, other than the typical title, there was another Yoshi announced, which was actually really cool because Yoshi Switch does that as well, where you'll play the front of the board, but then you'll take a little path, and then you go to the back side of the board, which has never been done in a game before. Other than if you're playing an open world thing.
Yeah.
This was it's almost like getting your 2D game and being able to go like this.
That secret little Mario thing that you're able to do to go behind the screen. Remember?
But now you can actually see what's behind the screen.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And Jace again was all about that. They also announced Pokken 2.
Yep.
Which is the Pokemon fighter game and everything like that. But what was really cool, and I respect the way Nintendo presented this, because again it was a video of the creator behind it. He goes via voiceover.
Yes.
He announced Pokken 2. He goes, I could also, and he's like, I'm also happy to announce that in development, story writers and everything are working on the first ever Pokemon RPG. Which was huge. Everybody went bananas. And the part that I respect about it, he said, unfortunately, I don't have a release date. I don't have any production announcements for you regarding it. We just wanted to put it out there for the number of Pokemon fans to let you know this. We heard your voices, and it is being worked on.
What's huge about this is not just the fact that it's an RPG, but with the exception of Pokken and the standard, the random ass, Pokemon things. This is the first Pokemon game for a Nintendo console because everything that Pokemon does put out is more Nintendo DS based or 3DS based. Like everything, because Pokemon Sun and Moon and then Pokemon Black and White, they always come double released at the same time, but they're always for the handheld systems with Nintendo. Pokken, and I believe there was another Pokemon, like Pikachu something, that came out for the Wii, but this is the very first real Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Coming for a console.
Yeah.
It's huge.
And like he said, he goes, we heard your voices. For the longest time, Pokemon has been out for so long, but like given that gameplay style, it was always the potential for it or the need for it to be an RPG has always been there. Mm-hmm. Always been there. So the fact just of him saying, look, we are working on it. We heard you and we're working on it. And I thought that was great. And again, I feel it was presented very well in the sense where he was just like, look, we don't have any information, but just letting you know, hey, we are working on it. And that alone got people excited. Mm-hmm. And other than that, they also went back to another one of their classic characters, Kirby. Kirby's getting a return game as well on Kirby Switch.
Well, there is a quick review. My friend Edwin Garcia has stated that the Switch is everything he wanted the Wii U to be so far.
Yes, which is huge. I was actually I saw that and I was gonna.
That is amazing.
Yes, actually. Also, going back to the roots that made Nintendo a powerhouse, just the title screen, Metroid Prime 4 was announced, and of course, there's a lot of Metroid fans. But that wasn't the only Metroid game announced. There was also a Metroid game announced for the DS as well. So you're not getting one, but two Metroid games. There was also another Mario and Luigi, like a really crazy looking Mario Luigi Minions game for the DS that involved another fun little story, which is actually because it actually has the amiibos. It has the wedding amiibos of Bowser and the princess.
Yep. I always said there was something going on between those two.
I don't know. And there's parts where it looks like he's a good guy and he's helping Mario, and then there's some parts where he looks like a bad guy, so I don't know. But yeah, there's some cool stuff.
Let's not forget there's going to be more Legend of Zelda
the
amiibos
DLC.
For the DLC content for Breath of the Wild.
That one amiibo, that sexy one. I don't know
she looks like they look like they're based off of the Four Elements, if I'm correct. I don't remember the names, but yes, 4 new Legend of Zelda amiibos are going to be coming out with an expansion pack for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
There was that. But all in all, presentation-wise, I really think Nintendo really, again, say what you will, well, they haven't done conferences there in a while, but you know what, they opted out of the conferences because they said you had mentioned earlier this week, like, the president was like, the fact, they never really liked the conference forum.
Yeah.
Where it's like, they felt like they just bored people, and it's listen to us talk, and watch a video, listen to us talk.
Yeah.
I like the video presentation style that Nintendo did. I thought it was done very, very well.
I do too.
Because again, it wasn't in the aspect of the sense like Sony did it, where it was just like, here, watch this trailer, watch this trailer, watch this trailer, watch this trailer. Like again, like you said, there wasn't even any behind the scenes videos. Yeah. It was just trailer, which is cool.
Yeah.
But it still came off very impersonal, and those lags in time made it very uncomfortable. And like I said, it made it dry. It wasn't a flow. It's kind of like when you go to the movie. It's like when you go to the movie theater.
Yeah.
And you're waiting to watch a movie, and it's trailer, black, trailer, black, trailer, black. It's like, and even as you sit there watching, you get like, can we get to the movie already?
Other than that, it's also a matter of Nintendo and their creators. They're very excited about their content. They are very.
You can tell it's a different vibe.
It is.
Like Nintendo definitely is. They get excited, they get happy, and they're like, we're really excited. And you can see they're not just saying that. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, every tagline that every developer, every console person said, that the words that they all say the same every year, and even PlayStation got ridiculed for because they kept saying it over and over and over again. It's just all about the games. This is all about the games. This is all about the gamers. This is all about the games. Whereas it's like Xbox is saying it, and everybody's saying it. Nintendo says it, but when they say it, they feel it. Yeah. It's like, this is about the games. This is about the games. This is about having fun. Because that's what gaming is.
What also changes the feel for Nintendo is they're not interested in console wars. They're not interested in, exclusive content, or hey, yeah, if we get third parties, hey, that's cool, but whatever.
They're interested in.
They just want to make good fucking games for all of us to play.
And they want to make good, fun games.
Yes.
And see, that's the thing. Xbox was the champ for a while, and it was like nobody could be beat.
Yeah.
And it took Sony a little while. Now Sony's the champ. But here's the thing. It's that age-old saying. Some people want to win the race.
Yeah.
Other people just want to finish the marathon.
Mm-hmm.